Oh, okay. There's YouTube. There's YouTube. So now, all right. Hey, everybody. It's Louis Porter Jr., and you're watching Transparency Agenda Daily. Today is June 5th, 2017. So I'm going to be kind of quick on this one, at least at the beginning, to give you guys a little heads up. I've had 2 power surges at my house today, just in the last hour, and it shut off my machine. So if this thing runs short or gets cut off, don't be surprised, because that has been happening. There's a big storm in the area causing some havoc. So with that, you got to be careful of fun stuff going on. And so if something goes out, don't be surprised, don't be shocked, don't be dismayed. These things are happening. So boom, that's it. So first off, let's start with some fun stuff. Of course, our Kickstarter stuff. I'm talking about, of course, our usual stuff. Top Secret New World Order has 13 days till it starts. Yeah, I think it's very weird that I keep talking about this thing. It hasn't even happened yet, but I'm all like, it hasn't happened yet, but you got to go see it. I mean, there's nothing really there, but it makes you feel good that, that there's something there, but not really getting there. So everything else is going on with regular Kickstarters. You can check them out directly on the side here or below in the description. Actually, above in the description on Facebook and below on YouTube. So we've got that going on. Of course, fun stuff. The biggest one there so far, Zombicide, a Green Horde. Last time I checked, was at $2.1 million. They're going to be good. They're going to be good for a little bit. They're going to have fun excitement from them. Next up, of course, support our Patreon buddies. They're working hard. You should always just check these out. Clinton, Owen, and Reggie Swan do great work, so definitely support them. It's not that difficult to do. You mean toss them a buck. I mean, a buck is a lot. People don't think it's that much, but hey, man, every little buck counts. So think about it that way. Got some self-promotion awesomeness. Yeah, because this was a crazy weekend. They got some good stuff in. So I'll be talking about that later, so don't worry about that. Of course, check out Stomeyer's blog, Black Diamond Games, and Gary Vaynerchuk. These, like I said, these are mandatory readings. You got to list, or readings or watching. You got to get into this stuff. If you're really serious about this business, you want to learn more, these are the best places to get stuff. And this is probably the newest big thing, the new on the scene. Now, this is impressive. Now, this is where the cool stuff starts. I guess the real cool stuff starts. All right, so first off, this is a totally me thing. Green Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl on Netflix, the new seasons, which I think is great. Also with that is House of Cards Season 5, which I've already finished already. I watched it this entire weekend, which is really sad to say that. And I'm through 8 episodes of Supergirl already. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, House of Cards, excellent, another excellent season. Well done, great acting, good twists and turns. And the ending was like, oh! So yeah, I can't wait for season 6. I mean, they got me hooked, so that's how that's going. That's easy. That's a simple one. And of course, I'm waiting to see Green Arrow and Flash. I haven't really seen any of them this season. I only know a couple things that have happened on Green Arrow by seeing blogs, but I still don't know the ending, so I don't know what's going on. So I can't wait to see that. With all that being said, and all that fun part, because you're like, okay, Louis, that's kind of the boring stuff. I didn't come here for this. Yes, but it's important to tell you what I do on the weekends to get you inspired to do other stuff. And with that, here's the big piece of thing. And this is definitely a little self-promotion, awesomeness. I'm going to use that word. I think it's valuable. We have just released for everyone for free the first Season 0 adventure for New Exodus Legacies. The link is right here, but of course, you got to go to our webpage. You got to sign up to get it. It's going to be here for people here. I should put it out actually for our regular people at our regular Legacies Facebook page. I haven't put that up yet. I mean, during power outages, it crashed twice, but I've had this one up. So boom, you can go download that. You can go download it now. You can read it, enjoy it, play it. You can get a good understanding. This one's called Kaga. If you know anything about Kaga in our setting, it's a very, very important entity. And it's got this is a really, really cool idea that Michael McCarthy was nice enough to write up. And now it's available. And like I said, this isn't the final version. This is definitely the rough draft version. We want you to go pick it up, kick the tires up, see what you like, see what you hate, make comments, what we could be changing. Uh-oh, looks like my Facebook just went out. It's trying to reconnect. So yeah, I guess YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for being the solid one tonight. Everyone else is, Facebook, you came back. Scary. So yeah, so check out the adventure. It's very, very good. It's 20 pages. It's a PDF, so you can download it, read it, enjoy it, have a good time with it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm very happy with it. I think Michael should be very happy with it. I think a lot of people are very, very cool. And that's one of the 4 that he's written for us. I've read 1 and 2 completely. I just started up 3. I got to finish, and I just got to finish up 4. So we're definitely going along, thinking about really cool things to add to basically what we're doing for Legacies. I think Legacies is going to be awesome, but I know a lot of people are saying, well, what's the hook? What's the pitch? What makes it different than stuff you see in society? And, you know, I just go back to the same statement. I guess this is like the best statement I can come up with. For me, it's you know, I said I'm stealing an idea that really, you know, I got from someone who was much, much smarter than me. We're telling a story. We're telling a story from beginning to end. And what you do in the story affects what happens throughout the entire year. And, you know, it's easy to say Neo Exodus is my love letter to Babylon 5, but in a fantasy version. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring like elements that were very, very sci-fi focused, sci-fi-ish, and bring them to a modern, well, a modern fantasy setting, whatever that really means, and to give you that cooler look. Because I think, look, as much as I like fantasy, I don't want to play, you know, Middle Europe, that kind of fantasy, but that's been done to death. There's really nothing there for me to get excited about as a creative person. So I was like, hey, let me avoid this, and let me just talk about the things that I like. I like Babylon 5. I focus a lot of that to make the actual setting for Neo Exodus. So, I mean, even down, if you didn't figure out Section Omega is Psychor, I don't understand how you could not figure that out. I mean, I even use the Omega symbol on their all their glyphs and all their sigils, and I don't think they don't have a flag yet, but like all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a dead giveaway. And you know, we've stolen some ideas that I like, but I like those ideas. I think they're good ideas. Why not use them? I think Psychor works. I think Psychor makes sense in a world where magic exists. So it just made a lot of sense to do that kind of stuff. And, you know, that's one reason. And so and one person was writing me saying, you know, but hey, I've never seen Babylon 5. And I'm like, oh, great. So then he starts asking important questions, you know, like what kind of, you know, can I add your own rules to it and stuff like that? And I'm like, look, you can pick up our first campaign guide that we did. The first one, it's about 5 years old now. But that will give you a rough understanding of what we did originally and what we're going to be carrying over into this new 2.0 version that we're currently working on. So it is if you play, if anything that's Pathfinder that's allowable in society, you can use it in ours 100%. There's no problem. It's no problem at all. We've also added stuff specifically for Neo Exodus in there, and a lot of it is pretty open. There's some stuff we had to take out. Let me see if I can actually do this real quick. I can tell you something that we had to take out because I don't want to open up that. It takes too long. Give me 1 second. I'm going to open it up in my computer. Like one of the things I know that we took out, we had to do this for the Calisans. There's a couple feats that are kind of like a little bloodthirsty to be using and organized play. Specifically, I think consume brain was one of them. I know that we took out because that was you know, it's a tricky one. You can't consume players' brains. Well, you can, but you know, we're not asking you to, and we prefer you not to in this setup. So let me see. Here, got it up. All right. So basically, most of the Paizo books are in there. There's some stuff that we had, of course, you know, take out. But for Neo Exodus, everything from the campaign book is legal. Actually, put this up at the same time. I'm gonna do 2 things at once. So I can maybe some of you guys are asking questions and stuff like that. Yeah, anybody who doesn't seem B5 is really very much a heretic. I can't figure that out at all. But I'm not going to complain. That's, you know, that's what people. And not everybody's as awesome as me. I get it, but I'm just going to let it slide. All right. The campaign book, everything's legal. Classes of Neo Exodus, Machine Smith, all legal. The Monsters of Caliban, Monsters of Neo Exodus Caliban, not legal. Consume Brain, Consume Heart, were replaced with Cannibalize and Improved Cannibalize. PCs cannot select Plague Carrier, so you can't pick that as one of your racial abilities. Can't do that. That's a big no-no. Secrets of Neo Exodus Order of Kaga, all legal. Secrets of Neo Exodus Saving Covenant, all legal. Not all magic items available for purchase, though. Societies of Neo Exodus Section Omega, all legal. Not all magic items available for purchase. And then it goes into Paizo. You know, everything's open in Paizo, has been open in there. And then after all this, we get the last one, Dreamscarred Press. There's 2 books on Dreamscarred Press that you can use inside of Neo Exodus Legacies. Number 1, Ultimate Psionics. The foreign parts of I put it Unleashed. I got to change that. Good catch. The foreign parts of Psionics, Ultimate Psionics races. None of the races are available for play right now. Skills. replace references to knowledge to psionics to knowledge to arcana. And then for Psionics Unleashed Revised, see Ultimate Psionics. So those two books, Psionics Unleashed and Ultimate Psionics, are available for play. I'm hoping to include more third-party stuff. I mean, I know one in particular, Time Thief. We're gonna go through it and look if we see anything major. We may not make it legal, but I don't think there's enough stuff in it that we couldn't make it legal. I want to make it legal, so I just might make it legal anyway. One of the advantages of being the boss, you just go, I'm just going to do it. Who's going to stop me? So yeah, that's a very big possibility that we might be doing that in there. And as you know, maybe you don't know, the races that you can play in our setting are all the stuff specifically for Neo-X's. There are no elves or no dwarves and none of that stuff. None of that as of yet. If we do well in the Kickstarter and we get a lot of reward levels, we will be adding that stuff on. Let me actually give you guys, because if you're not a member of our Facebook Neo-X Legacies page, you probably don't know some of this stuff, but I want to tell you. Actually, I don't think our other guys even know. Well, some of them do. I got to check this stuff. It's so crazy. There's so much stuff you give out. There's so much stuff you keep back. You don't know what remember what you give out. So, for example, I think I've given this out before, but okay. If we get to 150 donors in this Kickstarter, you'll be able to play half-orcs, halflings, gnomes, dwarves, half-elves, elves. That's up to 150 donors. Boom. Which is very reasonable, which I have no problem. I think we'll get very easily. At 200, we include Aasimar, Gnolls, and Dhamphirs. At 250, Drow, goblins are playable races in the Neo-X Legacies. 300, hobgoblins and Efreet are at 300. And at 350, that's the top we have so far. We're probably not going to do more than that. Kobold and Tengu are playable characters. Playable races, sorry. That's a lot of races. That's a lot of races you can play. A lot of people like those races. A lot of people play those races for their own game. So yes, you can play them on Neo-X Legacy. We've always been about being kind of like a crossroads of the universe. So I have no problem people playing all different types of races. And people say, well, what if this race sees this race? Is that going to be a problem playing? No. Like Drow on Exodus will resemble Exodites. So a little bit moment of, Exodite. Oh, no, it's not Exodite. Okay, great. So do a lot of that. But are they banned from play? No. They're legitimate. They have some issues. If you want to play them, I think they have some issues that you got to work out, but they're totally playable. And they're totally fun races, so why not play them? That's just me. That's just my side of it. So yeah, we've got that going on. We're developing some of that. And really, like I said, the real thing that makes us very different than, I'd say, any guy doing Pathfinder now is that what happens in the game does actually matter. It isn't kill monster, get treasure. I am fundamentally against that. That's probably why I didn't like organized play at the beginning, because it felt like I kill a monster, I get the treasure. Look at me, I got the great powerful sword. Yeah, that happens in our game, but that's not the main focus. The main focus really is solve the mystery that's going on in the game. And it might be something that you think is one thing and becomes something totally different. And something that you did, weeks earlier in one adventure affects something you're doing in this adventure. Everything matters. Everything you do matters. It isn't just like, I do something random and no big deal, blah, 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 blah. So, no, it matters. And for a lot of people who are wondering, well, okay, what if we have a situation where one guy does this and one guy does that? You got two different timelines going on. Okay, this is how we're going to handle that problem. Very painlessly, very easily, and very, very wrapped up simply. When we release an adventure, you have 90 days from the day of release to play and report on it. At day 91, we're going to compile all the stuff we got, and then the adventures that we're writing and they're coming out that we know that are later on will get affected by this result, or this result will carry on and affect that. Not everything will affect it. Maybe one or two things that we know about that we're not telling you. That goes in there. Something you might do here. Let's say like the one I'm always saying, say you're trying to save 8 prints, and it's like 15 tables play it, and 7 tables don't save them, and the 8 tables do. So the 8 tables that do, well, that's what happened. The princess was saved, and we continue on with that storyline. But here's the thing. Even if you played the one where you didn't save the princess, that might come up later. That's something that you might need first. Oh, you didn't save the princess? Well, here's something secret we didn't tell you about by not saving. Even though you did save her, even though she goes on with that same storyline, you can still get stuff out of it for what you did. So there isn't just a, okay, I've done it. I didn't do it. Well, it doesn't matter because they're railroading me this way. No, what you did does matter, and there's going to be repercussions for that, good and bad. Good and bad. These are what these repercussions are. They happen. In your adventure, you may not have saved her. Other people have. You might find out later, you saving her she's grown up to become Hitler. And you guys who didn't, well, you didn't. Well, here's some cool stuff you got because this happened. It's a lot of options, a lot of ability to change this on a lot of different levels. So don't assume that you're playing to win. There is no, oh, I won. I won. I've never liked that idea. Oh, I've won. No, you're not winning the game. You're playing the game, and what you're doing is affecting what else is going on. And we're going to get to a point at the end, bada bing, this thing's going to happen. And then we're going to have this big event, this is all we have it planned. We'll do the adventures you get to do, and then most likely it'll be at Origins, and I might be even changing it to PaizoCon now. We're going to have a big event. Like PaizoCon might have their own special event, some special meta interactive that's separate. And then Origins will be the big interactive, big event that ends the season. And it could be anything. I mean, it could be a huge raid on a castle, or, stop a invasion from the Janus Horde, or, oh, good Lord, the Quicksilver virus, lands on the rest of Exodus, and you got to deal with that thing. There's all kinds of different things we're going to be running. So just because you play and you kill everything and you get all the great weapons, that doesn't mean you win. That doesn't mean you're getting all the good stuff. There's other stuff going on that, sometimes you can't kill with a sword. And that won't even, having a weapon won't be effective. That's not going to be the important thing. The important thing is X, Y, Z. So that's how to look at it. I don't want people to start thinking that it's just like playing Society, because it's not. We are definitely trying to go out of our way to not make it a Society. And to make it even crazier, the first year we planned to do 18 adventures. And someone asked me, well, do I have to play all 18 for the storyline? Nope. The way we've broken it up is very, very unique and a little different. Out of the 18 adventures, 10 of them will be the main storyline. This is the storyline A, we're calling it. This is the main thing. You play this, this is the thing you're focusing on. This is the one you're going through. 4 of the remaining ones are going to be complete one-shots. These are just complete one-shot, one-off adventures. That's it. They're not tied to the main storyline. They may affect something in the future. You don't know, but these are just one-offs. These are just one-off adventures. You play accordingly. The remaining 4 adventures are going to set up next year's adventure. That's right. Next year's 10 or whatever number of adventures it will be, the main storyline. So these 4 are the first